Welcome into the Week 10 edition of the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime. It's been a fun night so far getting things ready.
I'm kind of sweaty.
A little bit. You've been running around like a wild man. Josh McKinney, Jamie McCracken. Jamie, the final week
of the
regular season.
Guess what? No belt tonight. Forgot that. Forgot dress shoes. It's all good.
My surprise face.
Not surprised. Rivalry games bound to top 10 showdowns. Games that have no impact.
No.
On next week's playoffs. But a lot of bragging rights on the line tonight.
A lot. We start the show in Barberville, our Appalachian Wireless game of the week. The first of two this week. The Knox Central Panthers welcoming in the number 3 Corbin Redhounds.
Did you wear a belt tonight?
I did. I got it on.
Good.
I'm prepared. Corbin strikes first late in the first. Chase Estep runs it in from 4 yards out. Missed point after. Makes it 6-0 Hounds. U-Pike top play contender. Second quarter, Corbin going to the air. Cameron Sizemore rolling left, fires deep. Caleb Mitchell leaps and comes down with a 34-yard touchdown. Another U-Pike top play contender. Watch this. Estep lined up to punt, but it's a fake. Runs it down the far sideline, breaks a couple of tackles, and makes 60 yards look rather easy. Second score of the game, Corbin takes an 18-0 lead. We go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. Third-ranked Corbin avenges last season's 36-0 loss to the Panthers by beating them in Barberville. Final tonight, 39-0. Corbin 9-1 entering the postseason.
Joe Cherico telling me to get a close-up of his offensive coordinator, Jason Kidder, tonight. Anthony Hampton's Shelby Valley Wildcats closing out the regular season at Paintsville. First quarter, no score, Darren Morse. He's in trouble.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. He gets out of trouble. James Allen, where you be, boy? There you are. Nobody's around him. 51-yard hookup. Tigers go up 7-0. Now, you know Coach Jericho likes when we put a tackling play in the highlight. How about that tackle? How about big old Tyrese Allen? Hashtag beast. Later, Seth Johnson. Okay, you don't see him. There he is, though. Nobody tackles him.
He's slippery.
Little slippery. 54 yards, 7-7 game at Paintsville. But the Tigers go back to Morris this time on the ground. He's not throwing, he's running. 12 yards untouched. They go for 2 and get it. 15-7 Paintsville. Of course, we almost went the whole entire highlight pack without this guy.
Keyword there was almost.
Yeah. Kent Phelps, ladies and gentlemen, 8-yard touchdown. Hugs all around. The Tigers complete their second undefeated regular season in a row as we go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. 58-27 over the Shelby Valley Wildcats. The Tigers host Paris in the first round of the playoffs next week. Valley goes to Lexington Christian.
LCA a little bit later in the show. A good matchup to wrap up the regular season in Central Kentucky. Lexington Catholic hosting number 4 Southwestern. Fourth quarter, Lex Cats' Bo Allen finds Ben Bucani. 14-yard score, 2016 Catholic. 4th and goal from the 3, 46 ticks on the clock. Trevor Brock scores. Southwestern goes up 22-20. Catholic drives it down the field, and kicker Connor Fry for the win. Heartbreak for Southwestern to close out the regular season. The Warriors fall in dramatic fashion to the Knights of Lexington Catholic, 23-22. Southwestern, though, 7-3 going into the playoffs. Still to come, a couple of mountain rivalries right the next chapter.
Watch this piece of video because this is what we got coming up. We got Johnson Central. They are the number 2 team in the mountains, and they were hosting number 1 Belfry. How about Joe Jackson?
Big boy football.
That's right. Coming up next, stay with us.
Fans in the Stands time, as always, sponsored by Lincoln Memorial University. We go out to Johnson Central. Cole Crace, Blake DeLong, Stephen Gown throwing out the T-shirts tonight. Gown with a light toss. Blake thinks about it a little and launches one. And how about these 3 guys with a good form? Johnson Central, our Fans in the Stands, sponsored by LMU.
Blake always trying to show off the arm. As
you're looking at me off camera again, and no one can see me.
I know. Belfry and Johnson Central tonight. 2 of the perennial high school football teams in the mountains taking on each other. The Class 4A Golden Eagles undefeated. The Class 3A Pirates with just 1 loss, and that was to out-of-state Knoxville Catholic, who, by the way, is undefeated and probably on their way to win a state title in Tennessee. Josh.
Really good.
Hi.
Hi.
The legend Philip Haywood rocking his usual Friday attire. Talk about a crowd. They must have had 8,000, 9,000, maybe 10,000 people there tonight at Johnson
Nobody
Central.
left in Pond Creek, that's for sure.
Goodness, there to see some good football. Very first play from scrimmage for Johnson Central. Joe Jackson. Oh yeah, you know what's coming. He down.
Oh, bless you.
80 yards, 77-0. I should say 7-0. Johnson Central. Now 7-7 in the second quarter. A lot of talk about the Belfry lineman, and rightfully so. Riley Priest, the freshman quarterback, going nowhere. Chase Runyon and Chase Dove chasing after him for a sack. Big prop, though, for the Golden Eagles. They could not score in the red zone. Joe Jackson here, stuffed by the Pirates. They would call a face mask. JC got one more play. They don't convert this. Okay, now in high school football, this is what I was told by the White Hat tonight, that it is not an automatic first down if it is a face mask. Interesting there. Jim Matney was more worried about them saying that they called a first down.
I don't think Matney agrees with that call.
No. Well, it was 7-7 at the break, so, they go into halftime, then they come back out, and, you kick it off after halftime.
Yeah.
Well, this is what happened.
Belfry's got some big guys up front, but they've also got some guys that can run.
Yeah. Tavion Hunter.
He's one of them.
Not going to catch him. Give me some dap. Yeah. Okay, you got it. Late third quarter now, Noah Corbett, the quarterback on the keeper. Belfry ran just 31 plays tonight. Johnson Central ran 53, but the Pirates in the Golden Eagles' perfect record. Let's go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard tonight. 21-16, Belfry wins at Johnson Central. The Pirates finish 9-1 on the regular season, and so don't the Golden Eagles.
Pay attention to these highlights, Jamie. Pineville Jenkins, there's a wild set of highlights in this one. Our man Caleb No hooking us up. Pineville led 36-0 in the first quarter, up 50-8 in the fourth. But here come the Cavs. Darian Sloan to Lance Bentley. And then there's no words for this. Just watch and enjoy. The kickoff goes off a Pineville player's helmet right back to Jenkins like an early Christmas present. Look at this. What's there it is. Doink. Didn't even see it coming.
Doink.
So Jenkins on offense again. Fourth down. Is there more magic in the air for the Cavs? Sloan throwing deep. Nate Bates, touchdown, Jenkins.
Yo, that's so Jenkins.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Ensuing kickoff. This one does not hit anybody in the head, but it's a lateral. Will Adams takes it right up the seam, and he's going to be wrestled down eventually by a couple of Cavaliers. Pineville wins this one going away, though, 50-22. They will play again next week in Pineville again in the first round of the Class 1A state playoffs.
Doink.
Do you like that one?
I'm Riley Allred, and you're watching Harlan County football on Sports Overtime.
Doink. The Black Bear and Bobcat just couldn't get along all night.
I thought we were going to see a flying elbow.
Harlan County and Bell County, that's what we got? Okay. Oh, poor Tiger. Or Bobcat. Why did I say Tiger? I don't know. Let's see here. Jordan Wombles, 20 yards. Bell County driving. Later in the first quarter, fourth down. Bell County punting. No, it's a fake. Antonio Zachary under pressure. And oh, no, so you can't get your punter to throw a football because that's what happens. Harlan County answers it with Colby King with the pick there. Late first quarter. Jacob Branson looking to pass, but he ain't passing. He gone. That's right. Little juke, and that's a house call. Second quarter, Rhett Aldred wrestles his way into the end zone. He gets the place fired up. Oh, I like that. As we go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. No doinkage in that highlight. No. Harlan County makes it back-to-back wins. It's in the regular season, 48-12, the final tonight over rival Bell County.
That's unfortunate. LCA needing to beat Powell County to complete its first undefeated regular season in school history. When they do, those guys, I'm sure, will write some sort of song about it. First play from scrimmage, Braden Miller screen to Wade Drake, and look out, he's what, Jamie?
He gone.
6-0 Eagles.
Gone.
Next possession ends with this, Miller to Kalen Lebrick. Touchdown, Miller 14 of 19, 302, 4 scores. Then Drake again on the punt return. Look at the footwork or feet work, whichever one. Jumpman. All Eagles.
That's a Drake reference.
Okay, yeah, see, I'm not a Drake guy. LCA cruises to its 10th straight win, 60-18, the final over Powell County. Eagles 10-0 for the first time in program history. We stay on the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. Allen Central knocks off Not Central 32-14 to improve to 8-2. Estill County 8-2 as well, 66-13 over Berea. Hazard in a shootout with Breathitt County, 56-33 in favor of the Bulldogs. Rockcastle 9-1 going into the postseason, 55-8, the number 5 Rockets over Lincoln County. Harlan over McCreary Central, 36-27. Montgomery County knocks off North Laurel out in Mount Sterling, 34-21. And Phelps falls to Hurley, Virginia, who's undefeated, 9-0, 60-14. The final in Pike County.
I have to say, I didn't write that shot sheet. You didn't write that shot sheet.
That was from our friends at KYT, and I didn't get to read it beforehand, and I totally just
when I saw Jumpman, I said he ain't gonna get that reference.
Butchered it. Straight ahead, we hear from UK quarterback Steven Johnson ahead of tomorrow's big game with Missouri.
Jump man. But
Yeah.
first, another Mountain Top 10 battle in Hyden as number 9 Leslie County welcomes in number 8 Whitley County. Josh McKinney was at the game. Big deal.
Leslie County and Whitley County have already wrapped up district championships, so tonight was all about continuing that momentum as they both prepare for the playoffs next week. 8-1 Whitley County, 8-1 Leslie County. Both have already earned a 1 seed in next month's playoffs. Turnovers hurting Leslie early. Darren Whitaker overthrows his target and is picked off by Corey Johnson. Colonels, though, could not convert. Next Eagle drive, Whitaker this time hits Tyler Dixon in stride down the sideline. Nice catch for the first down. However, later in the drive, Lucas Vance would put it on the turf. A fumble recovered by the Colonels, but again, Whitley could not turn the takeaway into points.
Seems like you go to Leslie County, they always fumble.
I never get the good stuff at Leslie County. Eagles at it once again. This is good, though. Vance with another carry. This time he gets the job done, bounces it to the outside for the touchdown. 6-0 Leslie after the missed PAT. Colonels respond just before the half. Dylan Wilson completes the quick slant to Cameron Rose. Whitley goes up 7-6. We go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. Leslie County, a big win at home over number 8 Whitley. 9th-ranked Eagles win it 37-20.
Sheldon Clark hosting Morgan County. We got some, oh man, that's nothing more American than wearing some,
So
salute.
say can you see.
Whew. Cards led 28-12 going into the third, and their defense picks up a big sack here on third down. They're going to get a U-Pike top play contender. Sheldon Clark's turn. Michael Mullins, he down. 34-12 after the 2-point conversion. Morgan goes 3 and out, but Sheldon Clark, boom. Ooh, that kid took a lick, by the way. Blocks the punt. First play of the drive for the Cards, Zach Priest. Nice little pickup. Then the very next play, it's more than just a pickup. It's a pickup that will count for 6 points? Yes. Okay. There it is. 42-12 at that point. We go to the Highlands Black Blue Clinic scoreboard. The Cards improved to 2-6 on the season. 49-18 over Morgan County.
Not too far from Inez, Lawrence County hosting Prestonsburg up in Louisa. We begin with a U-Pike top play contender. First quarter, Ethan Varney gets the handoff and shakes and bakes, and he's what, Jamie, from 40 yards out?
Gone. And I'll tell you what, though, how about the moves?
Pretty shifty. 7-0 Black Cats. Lawrence County's turn. Jordan Johnson, check out the grab over the middle. A little underthrown, but makes the catch in double coverage. Peaburg's defense keeps him right there. A couple of plays later, the Bulldogs take advantage after confusing our girl Carly Bell, and she was way lost on this. Noah West with the touchdown, missed PAT, makes it 7-6 Peaburg. Peaburg would add another score to make it 14-6, but at the start of the second, Johnson again, handoff, runs it in for the 20-yard touchdown. The Lawrence County Bulldogs go on to beat Prestonsburg 34-27, the final over the Black Cats in Louisa.
Let's stay on the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. Pikeville shuts out Pike Central 36-0. The Panthers go to 8-2 on the regular season. Pulaski County wins against Bourbon County 49-38. It's the Briar Jumpers of Somerset 48-6 over the Perry Central Commodores. East Ridge with a win over South Floyd, so the Raiders finished winless in their last time at school, right?
Yep.
35-6. South Laurel 55. Clay County 14. A good win for the Cards again this week. Union Virginia over Letcher Central 49-14. West Carter 43-6 over McGoffin County. Williamsburg 38-10 over Middlesboro.
Much more to come on the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime, but as we go to break, here is this week's Alice Lloyd College Mountain Top 10.
Time now to name our Student Athlete of the Week. Taylor O'Hare is a senior at Estill County High School where he has a 4.3 GPA. He is a member of the Beta Club, is active at River Drive Christian Church, and is a member of the Engineer football team. Congrats, Taylor. You're our Student Athlete of the Week.
Pretty good football team they have at Estill County. Long John Silver's catch of the day. We go back out to Louisa. Bulldogs throwing deep. Nice catch in traffic made by Jordan Johnson, double covered by Prestonsburg. Still managed, though, to hang on. A big win for Lawrence County over the Black Cats, 34-27. You just saw moments ago our Long John Silver's catch of the day. Time now to get you set for this weekend's action with the Saturday slate sponsored all season long by Union College. Another big game tomorrow for Mark Stoops and the Kentucky football Cats on the road at 2-5 Missouri.
You win this one, probably going to a bowl.
Probably going to a bowl.
Yeah, don't want to jinx the Austin Peay game, but I mean, come on. Last week against Mississippi State, the Wildcats got a big game from wide receiver Jeff Badette. 7 catches, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns for the junior quarterback Steven Johnson on his receiver's career performance in the team's comeback win over the Bulldogs.
I mean, he was just able to make plays. I mean, the touchdown he had, the fader out on the sideline, I mean, that was an underthrown ball, but I mean, he went up and made a great play on the ball, and just a few other great plays on the last one, obviously, to catch the ball and get down like that. So, I mean, he has had a really great week of practice, first of all, and then, I mean, just a phenomenal game after that.
All right, Kentucky on the road this weekend. They go to Columbia to take on the 2-5 Missouri Tigers. Game time is Saturday, set for noon on the SEC Network. By the way, of course, that's 11 a.m. on Missouri time.
Could be a factor.
Could be a factor. The Wildcats enter the game 4-3 overall, 3-2 in the SEC. The Tigers are 2-5, 0-3 in league play. The all-time series is tied 3-3, but UK has not won in Columbia since 1965. You got to think, like we said, they win. They're going to a bowl.
If they win next week versus Georgia, night game where I will be, will be awesome.
Yeah, that would be really cool because then you're playing with almost – there is a chance. I know people don't want to hear this scenario because they're like, oh, it's Kentucky football. But there is a legit chance that they could go to Knoxville playing for the right to go to the SEC title game. And like 3 weeks ago, we're like, this team's 0-2 and they stink.
We can only hope that that's the case, right? But the football game's not the only game going on this weekend. The UK men's basketball team plays its first exhibition game on Sunday. Wildcats welcoming in Clarion, the alma mater of John Calipari. Game time set for 7 on the SEC Network. That game probably won't be as close as the football game will be tomorrow.
Probably not. Clarion. But I'm excited. Basketball season gets me more jacked than anything else. Also, our second Appalachian Wireless game of the week tomorrow, UPike at Union, 1:30 kick time, this TV, WYMT.com.
Yep, that's it. Scores, highlights, and more on the website, YMT.com. Have a good night.
Woo! Nicely done.